Hello, Crafty Friends, and welcome back. I am back today with another layout for Series 16 of Chrissy's Beautiful Life, and here is today's sketch. It is by Brandy Joe, and I was digging through trying to find a picture of our dog when she was a puppy, and so I was digging through some really old pictures that I printed and never scrapbooked, and I came across these 4x6 pictures of me and my friend Christy and Kelly, and we used to drive over. I live in Iowa, and so we used to drive over to Wisconsin, where um, our friend Christy used to live after she moved there with her then husband to Wisconsin for a job where she used to live in Iowa, where we all met. And so we were at a scrapbooking booking retreat, and we took this series of pictures. And so I just thought it would be fun to do this double page layout with what looks like all of the um Polaroid pictures in the sketch. So I actually originally I was going to do the 6 pictures on the right side of the layout. However, my pictures were too big, and honestly, I was at a crop, and I didn't want to take the time to stop and reprint and start over again at a later time. So I made what I had work. So I just narrowed it down to 3 actual pictures, and then I will end up using some cut aparts to fill in the other 3 pictures represented in the sketch by Brandy Joe. So most of this collection is from what was it called? Get Crafty, or it was from several years ago. And then I did pick up the recent adhesive brads for the Crafty collection by Simple Stories. And I think that one's called Let's Craft. And otherwise, I think the pattern paper is mostly from the older collection. I know the bingo cut apart is from that older collection. And then I believe the cardstocks I'm bringing in are from the Simple Stories cardstock that they have. And color vibe, that's the word I'm looking for. So here you can see I'm working on the cut aparts that I'm going to use to fill in for those other pictures. And like I said, I was at a retreat, and so I was trying to use what I had, and so I'm piecing together some white for my matting of my embellishments here. So I just put the top on, and um, I'm going to cut all those, looks like I'm going to try and piece this together, cut it apart, and then I will put that larger piece on the bottom of each of those and make the entire mat reach all the way around each of those cut aparts. So uh, let's see, what else do I do on this? Well, I think at the big, well, no, I haven't done the stenciling yet. So I do some stenciling, and I think that might be coming up here, that once I get everything kind of planned out how I want it, that I am going to um, bring out a star stencil, and I'm sure that was quite possibly an older Simple Stories or possibly an Echo Park stencil that I've had in my stash for a while. And I end up using picked raspberry ink and to fill in some of the areas in the sketch that look like there might be some either mixed media or stenciling. So here I am just making the rest of those embellishments pop off the page a little bit more by using that blue old pattern paper. I think that was an old My Mind's Eye paper that kind of reads as a solid, so that's how I used it to mat these pictures. And just getting those, using some fun foam on the back to give some dimension on each of those. Instead of cutting out the middle and putting my picture behind, I did decide to go the easy route and just make them look like Polaroids by making the mats larger at the bottom of each photo there. So let's see, lots of matting on this one. So I did actually use up a good amount of my paper stash from this collection, so that was good. And a couple other older things from this. So here in a little while, you will see I'll pull out some ribbon as well to add on to this. So I think I'm just about done doing all my matting and planning everything out. So here now I am back to the left side of the layout that you can see I've got the general one picture, made it into a Polaroid, and then I've used the cut aparts for the rest of the matting to go along with that. And so I did have this pattern paper with the dots, and I tore two pieces of it so it would go all the way across 12 by 12. And then I had the 1 through 8, or no, yeah, 1 through 8 multicolored strip there. That was actually a scrap that I had in my bag from this collection, and it was cut off from one of the cut aparts, and so I decided to get that used up and use it as part of my embellishments. So here I am actually working on, I think this is the right side now with the 6 pictures on it. And honestly, you can't really see a whole lot of the stenciling for that particular page. And now I'm starting to wonder, I think either I missed it while I was talking about something else, or I did stenciling on both sides that basically made a diagonal from top to bottom, or bottom to top, on the left side. And that was picked raspberry, and that went really good with this particular collection. And so this gold paper clip I got at an office store, and I've had it for quite a while. I actually have used a couple of them now, but I thought this was fun since the brads that I got from the newest Crafty collection actually have gold on them, that I thought it was a good addition. And so I pulled out this paper ribbon. I don't know if it's like a raffia. You can actually pull it out and make it longer or larger. I chose to use it more like a ribbon, and I did manage to get that tassel there threaded through it, and then I tied it onto the paper clip there. So I thought that was a fun embellishment there to add to the side. And again, I was talking about this little section here earlier, that these were just 2 scraps from pieces that I cut apart, and instead of putting them back in my stash, I tried to make them work. And there I'm talking to somebody there at a crop, and so my hands are getting very animated. I don't know what we were talking about, but must have been something fun. So who knows? What happens at the crop stays at the crop. So, do you actually go to any crops locally, or do you travel to go to any? This one is hosted by my local scrapbook store, and I think this last time we had about 130 women. Most of them here, probably within the Midwest here in Iowa and surrounding states, but I do know this last time that there was someone from California that traveled. So that was kind of fun, that we have lots of sister groups that come and friend groups, and it is a blast. So Me and my friend, unfortunately, I don't think either of these friends that I'm documenting scrapbook anymore. I know Christy doesn't, and I'm not really sure if Kelly does or not, but maybe I should. She just recently moved back to Iowa as well, so maybe I need to check in with her and see if she wants to start joining us at the crop. So, here you can see that I used the scripty letter stickers in the sticker book and spelled out each of our names. And then on the puffy stickers, there was this ampersand, so that worked out just great. There were no commas in there, so I did just go ahead and draw that one on and then just let the ampersand stand between the two Ks. Um, and so then, since these pictures were from, let's see, 2008, and so I did add our last names underneath the letter stickers for our first names, and now I'm just adding in those adhesive brads. And now I'm going to go back to the right side, and this ribbon has actually been in my stash for quite some time as well, so it was good to get some of this used up. And so I'm basically adding a piece to each of the photo elements here, and then adding some embellishments around each of those. And I still haven't gotten around to do my journaling on that journal card there in the upper right hand corner, but I will do that about how our friendship began, how we started scrapbooking, and where we are now. So let's see, what else am I going to do? I do actually get that flare on there. That was from, I'm actually not sure if that was from A Simple Stories or if that might have been a flare from My Mind's Eye from quite a while ago. So here, just making a bow, and that was easier than trying to tie a bow with the ribbon that was on that tassel there. So I just tied it separately, and now I'm just using a glue dot and attaching it separately there, and trimming off the extra tails on the bow. Well, not on the bow, but on the what I tied the knot with to get the tassel on there. And so here, just adding a few more coordinating decorative items around each of these clusters. And yeah, there's a lot more clusters. I didn't really follow any of the rules with the visual triangle. Honestly, there are four, I guess technically, there's a little bit on each of the cards and pictures, and that's okay. I like it. I think it looks good, and that's all that matters. So, as Tim says sometimes, you do you and do what you like. So this is pretty much going to wrap things up for this double page layout. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave those below. Otherwise, I will have close-up pictures posted on Instagram as well as Pinterest. And thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.